Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and as usual, I like to deliver one longer video explaining my own point of view, about different topics, about different situations that might be going on regarding to Real Madrid. And in this case, I wanted to talk to you all about the first, and quotation mark here, petition of Carlo Ancelotti to Florentino Perez. According to Deportes 4 in Spain, and last night in El Chiringuito, Jose Luis Sanchez, both of them are claiming that the new plan of Carlo Ancelotti has been delivered to Florentino Perez. And one of the most important things, one of the most important petitions, conditions, or whatever you're going to call it, from Carlo Ancelotti is to sign Kylian Mbappe. But if that is impossible, if the whole thing with Kylian Mbappe comes to a completely stop and we cannot go ahead and we can keep moving through, and finally we have to desist and say, okay, we cannot sign to Kylian Mbappe. In that scenario, Carlo Ancelotti is demanding to Florentino Perez to sign Erling Haaland. And for that purpose, in order to get Erling Haaland, Florentino Perez will have to try his best, because as you know, it's not going to be easy. Borussia Dortmund is not willing to sell Erling Haaland this summer. And of course, it will be a challenge for the president of Real Madrid. However, considering that Carlo Ancelotti will demand and will ask to the players to give everything they got in order for them to play, the second person who has to give everything he got on his, main task or main activity or whatever you want to call it, is Florentino Perez. If we are demanding ourselves the best of us for improve Real Madrid in different aspects, for example on the field, negotiating for different signings from the coach himself, if we are demanding the best version of ourselves, of course, Florentino Perez is not free from this obligation. Actually, he has to give everything he got in order for Real Madrid to sign whoever the coach wants. And in this case, if Carlo Ancelotti wants to sign Erling Haaland, in this scenario, in the hypothetical situation we cannot sign to Kylian Mbappe, then Florentino Perez has to accomplish and achieve to the Norwegian player for Real Madrid. Because Carlo Ancelotti, on the other hand, is very aware that no matter what, the number of players, of good players, loanees, youngsters, and other players you might sign, that if you don't have a super top world-class player in the attack, things will not work. The things will not work in the way you were expecting for them to work. You know what I'm saying? So, if you think about it, the first stage of Carlo Ancelotti in Real Madrid 8 years ago, Real Madrid used to play very well. At some point, we started to play really, really well. But of course, nothing of that would happen without Cristiano Ronaldo on the lineup. And of course, Gareth Bale and Karim Benzema, but especially without Cristiano Ronaldo. Every time you want to build up a super team, a super top world-class, top-notch team, or whatever you want to call it, you need the best players in your squad. And that means that, especially in the attack positions, forwarders, strikers, second strikers, right wingers, left wingers, you need the half to the best players in the world. And that means Kylian Mbappe. And if not possible, Kylian Mbappe, then Erling Haaland is the second option, is the second choice. And don't come to me with, Lautaro Martinez, Luka Jovic. I mean, with all my respects to these players, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to undermine these players. I'm not trying to, being disrespectful with them or something like that. No, I'm saying that if you look at the stats, you need the players with the best stats ever. And that means that, for example, say that you cannot sign to Mbappe, neither Mbappe nor Erling Haaland, and then you have to take a look at other options. The worst, quotation mark here, the worst options Real Madrid might sign should be, in my opinion, Robert Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo. Because if you look at the numbers, again, you will see how Cristiano Ronaldo and Lewandowski are still the best players, or they are in the top 4 best players of Europe. And the only issue with them, the only, thing that might complicate their signings for Real Madrid is just because they are old. I mean, they are old enough. So some people in Real Madrid might think, no, these guys are very old, are, beyond the 30s, so it's not worth it or something like that. But that is the only, the only problem, the only issue with them. Other than that, we should be good, man. These guys are still incredible. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo was capocannoniere in Italy this year. And the same thing with Robert Lewandowski. These guys still can score and produce a lot of goals multiple times. I mean, a lot of times. They have insane stats. So Carlo Ancelotti is pretty much saying to Florentino, hey, if you cannot sign the Mbappe or even Haaland, then you have to get me at least Robert Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo. But I'm not going to accept, less than that. I'm not going to accept any other player who is just a very promising player, or he was just a very prominent player over the last season, for example, scoring 20 goals, 25 goals. No, that is not the answer. You need the best to the best. And that is exactly what Carlo Ancelotti is asking and demanding to Florentino Perez to get him. Bring me in to Mbappe, number one. If you can't, then Erling Haaland might be another option, a very good option. But if you can't, then Cristiano Ronaldo, Robert Lewandowski, that's it. So don't try to negotiate for a very young talent, promising player, super, powerful player that played incredible the last season and scored, 20 goals. Oh, wow. No, that is not enough when it comes to Real Madrid. When it comes to Real Madrid, you need the best of the best, the top of the top. You need, you see, so that is the thing. And that is apparently what Carlo Ancelotti has asked to Florentino Perez in their first meeting. Other things, for example, they presumably have been talking about different players, departures, signings, and, pretty much catching up each other so they know where they at right now. And of course, Carlo Ancelotti, the last decision has taken, it's to shorten a little bit the vacation and put all the players back before or earlier than expected, or earlier than they were supposed to be with Zinedine Zidane. So let's see what happens, guys. But this is a very good news because all los Madridistas, we need a very, straightforward coach in this team to build up a real project, a real team, and a real squad able to win almost everything. So now let me know your thoughts of that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.